I'm Joshua Gould, I'm part of the Artsward Voice editorial team. Artsward is a great way for you to grow your own talents, explore the arts, become a creative leader and get yourself a qualification. Your Arts Award can be done at 5 levels in absolutely any art form. Artsward Voice is an online magazine for young people and an excellent resource for completing your own Arts Award. We have created this Bronze Arts Award resource with the National Theatre, who are an Arts Award supporter organisation, for young people interested in doing drama for their own Arts Award. Today I'll be meeting Angel Coulby at the National Theatre, an actress known for her roles in Merlin, Statement of Regret at the National Theatre, Dancing on the Edge, and most recently, Thunderbirds Are Go. We'll be talking about her career path and how you can start your own creative journey with Artsward. You might find our conversation useful for your own Bronze Part C arts inspiration. Could you kind of describe your job to us?
I'm an actress, and that involves trying to kind of embody other characters or people in order to tell a story or be part of telling a story.
And how did your interest in acting start? You know, what made you want to pursue it as a career?
When I was younger, my mum used to take me to sort of pantomimes and plays and stuff, and quite often in the pantomimes there'd be young kids about my age, kind of maybe 6 or 7, and I was just always really envious of them being up there on stage and getting to wear all sorts of different costumes and sing and dance. So I think that's kind of where the seed was planted.
And how did you kind of start actually doing acting professionally?
I first started going to just an after-school drama club, which I went to Anna Scher actually originally. Anna Scher is a sort of a drama school for kids, and it's also an agency. But I kind of found that wasn't really very me in a way. I was actually quite shy when I was younger. And then we found this other place called Cat and Hot Tin Roof, which was like a local place. But that's where I really started to feel like, I think maybe I could do this, if I wanted to do it as a job. And then I sort of, through school, I would sort of specialise in drama as much as I could and do as much acting and drama and stuff, get involved in the school plays and that kind of stuff. But then I went to drama school and then went through drama school and got an agent and continued to work from there.
What's been your favourite role to date?
I did really love doing Dancing on the Edge, which was a show about jazz, and I got to sing in that show, and so that was great. That was great fun. That was something really kind of different to anything I'd done before. Also, I just love that era, the kind of the 30s, that sort of style.
So how did the process for Dancing on the Edge compare to your kind of usual process?
The main difference was that we had to record the songs previously, so we had to go into a recording studio with amazing musicians and a really big band as well, so we were kind of singing with this band and then they recorded that. And then when we actually came to film those scenes, we would sing along with ourselves or mime, but I found it was better to sing along because you get more of the kind of, truthful mouth movements. That was the only way it was different in that sense. The filming process was the same as any other kind of filmed show.
Would you say that's your most challenging role, or have you had anything that required even more?
Often if something's really well written and logical, or seemingly logical in your head, it's easier to play. But sometimes there are things that just don't make sense to you and you somehow have to make them make sense. When I was doing Merlin, there were certain days which were challenging just because of, say, the elements. Say we were working outside and you have to be sort of swimming in a lake or something and it's like November and it's freezing.
Yes, I can
but
imagine it is.
it's just part of the job.
What would you say is the most rewarding part of your job?
All the different people that you meet and that you get to work with. You're all there trying to tell this story together, and people tend to be pretty open-minded and playful and have a good sense of humour, and that's a really nice environment to work in.
Really from an acting and rehearsal standpoint, what for you is the difference between working on a series, working on a set movie and working on a play or a piece of theatre? The
difference between film and theatre is that obviously you have more time in theatre to develop a character, so you can come with an idea and then you can build on it and you can kind of flesh it out and make it more and more interesting, and you've got the time to do that. Whereas television is about making quick choices. You turn up with a character already. There is a bit of room for manoeuvre, but you don't really get much rehearsal. And once you've set your moves, that's it. You've got to hit those moves again. Whereas in a rehearsal room for a piece of theatre, you can go, actually, no, I think I'll sit down here, or I'll go over there. But once you've set that, the camera people are doing what they're doing, and so you've got to hit the mark, and it's quite technical.
So you've recently been doing the voice of Kayo in the reboot of Thunderbirds Are Go. So how does voiceover work compare to those other mediums that you've been doing?
With voiceover, all you have is your voice. You can't be using your body and your gestures to kind of, portray something, portray a character, portray an emotion. The director might say to you, can you pat him on the head with that line? Or can you slap him with that line? Or whatever it may be. So you have to just put all that into your voice. And so it's kind of you're honing your voice skills.
So how did you get involved with the National Theatre production of Statement of Regret? What drew you particularly to that piece?
I thought it was a really interesting script, the story about this black think tank. Obviously, as a black mixed race actress, I'm interested in that side of things as well. And also, it was just really challenging. When I first read it, there was a lot of it I didn't understand. It's sometimes good just to throw yourself in the deep end, even if it's quite scary.
If you could go back to yourself when you were at school and give yourself one bit of advice, what would it be? Even
if you think your questions are stupid, you should still ask, and read more.
Have you got any advice for any young actors that are struggling to find work, struggling to get agents, things like that?
I went to drama school in order to get an agent, and obviously I learned a lot while I was there, but that was kind of a route in. So I do think it's a good idea straight to go to drama school if you can. Otherwise, there are organisations which you can go to and you do classes and then you do a showcase and then agents will come and see you. And there are also kind of collectives where people, they all kind of volunteer and take turns in getting each other work. So that's another way to sort of get involved and try and get into the business. But ultimately, it helps to have an agent, basically. You need somebody who's kind of doing that for you.
So have you got any other final bits of advice to help anyone that might be interested in getting into acting?
When you go to an audition, you should try not to go in order to get the job. You should go in order to go and play the scene or the role. So don't focus on trying to get the job, because that might throw you off what you're actually trying to do, which is play this role. You shouldn't be discouraged by rejection. Often a lot of these decisions are completely out of your control and they're decided by someone you haven't even met, who wasn't even in the room. You should just congratulate yourself for having given it a go.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
Well, that was really great hearing from Angel about her career. I'm now here with Jane from the National Theatre. So Jane, tell me a little bit about the National Theatre.
The National Theatre is a producing theatre. We produce up to 30 shows a year here at our South Bank home, but we also go out on tour to theatres all around the country, and you can see lots of our shows in cinemas via NT Live.
And how does the National Theatre support Arts Award?
You can see one of our shows and you can review it. You can come to our Claw Learning Centre and you can take part in a whole range of practical activities, everything from stage combat to costume making, and all of those workshops and activities are led by really exciting theatre professionals who've worked on shows here at the National Theatre. You can visit the theatre and go to the Shirling High Level Walkway. That is a fairly new resource here at the theatre, and it's an opportunity to see shows as they're being made. You can look down into the workshops and see props being made and sets being painted and all sorts of things. And also, if you're outside London, you can access lots of resources, digital resources on our website. There's also some big national projects that we run, so a big performance project called Connections and a big writing project called New Views. And if you want to follow Arts Award through to gold level, you can do that alongside New Views.
Thanks, Jen, that's really great. It sounds like there's lots of really exciting and interesting opportunities for young people to get involved with Arts Award and the National Theatre. Well, I'm now off, but if you want to get a little bit more information about Arts Award, whether that's resources or some inspiration, you can visit artsawardvoice.com or artsaward.org.uk. Thank you.